Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Bangor from and now the headlines as usual.
Vietnam records nearly $4 billion of trade surplus. Service, Vietnam on radar of manufacturing investors. And later on, French singer expressed love for Vietnam through music.
Vietnam recorded a trade surplus of nearly $4 billion over the first 8 months of the year, with the total goods import and export turnover rising by 15.5% year-on-year to some $498 billion.
According to figures given by the General Statistics Office, exports in the period increased by over 17% to $251 billion, while imports rose some 40% to around $247 billion. There are 30 commodities with export turnover exceeding $1 billion each, accounting for 92% of total export turnover. Among them are 6 commodities with export turnover of more than $10 billion each. With regard to the structure of export groups, fuels and minerals accounted for 1.4%, while processed industrial products made up 89%, equal to the same period from last year. The United States remains Vietnam's largest export market, with an estimated turnover of $77.7 billion, followed by China.
Vietnam's gas industry and gas market has been recognized as important elements of the country's economy, ensuring national energy security and meeting needs for promoting socio-economic development. The share of gas in total energy supply has seen a downward trend of 16% in 2010 to 8.2% in 2020. It's therefore necessary to introduce mechanisms and policies to complete the legal framework for the gas market to develop competitively and transparently.
The Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group and PV Gas are building infrastructure to prepare to import liquefied natural gas for customers. The total gas supply to Vietnam in recent years has been about 10 billion cubic meters.
It's anticipated that in order to meet domestic demand for gas, storage infrastructure must reach 3.5 to 4 million tons a year and about 4.5 to 5 million tons a year by 2035. It's necessary to expand and build a new liquefied petroleum gas storage facility from oil refining to import that is sufficient for the development of industrial plants and customers.
Strengthening infrastructure, perfecting mechanisms and policies, and adopting more policies are needed to develop and diversify customers and enhance services so that we can get more value from gas products and meet demand in the time to come. In particular, there should be policies to meet the ongoing energy transition.
To ensure a competitive and transparent gas business, the completion of a legal framework from the Ministry of Industry and Trade would create the conditions necessary for all economic sectors to participate in the market while attracting foreign investors and other capital sources, and science and technology, especially digital technology, to gas trading activities. According to Sunwin Southeast Asia, Vietnam is regarded as an outstanding investment destination for high-value manufacturing with production capacity satisfying international investors. The processing and manufacturing sector in Vietnam is being driven by a skilled workforce. Currently, production and logistic costs for the import and export of goods in the country are at an attractive level. Import-export activity has also become more convenient thanks to the improvement of logistic networks. Manufacturing costs in Vietnam are also more competitive compared to other countries in the region, such as Singapore and China. Therefore, businesses are looking to alternative markets, and Vietnam is working well in catching those trends, especially in the post-pandemic period. Vietnam's export turnover of processed industrial products in the first 7 months of 2022 continue to make a major contribution to the overall growth rate of export activities with an estimated turnover of nearly $186 billion, of 16% over the same period last year, and accounted for some 86% of the total export turnover. The forest deity worshipping ritual of the Nung ethnic minority group in Huangsufi district, the northern mountainous province of Haozang, was recognized as the National Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2016 and is hoped to become a spiritual tourism product in the locality.
The long-standing ritual is held annually in Polo, Perlingai, and San Sao communes. The forest deity of the Nung peoples is called Huang Ventung, who was a hero and led an uprising against invaders, reclaimed land, and brought peace to the Nung people. Local people zoned off a flourishing forest area in a favorable location to set up a shrine to honor the hero as Dongchu, or forest deity.
The ritual is held annually on the second day of the second lunar month. It is also held to pray for favorable weather and bumper crops.
Everyone must behave politely while in the sacred forest and refrain from littering or over-drinking. The participants in the ritual are all men of different ages. Every villager is applied to engage in forest protection and development, and violators are punished. The ritual, together with effective management from the community, encourage local people to protect the forest and natural landscapes.
This is the first time I have attended this ritual of the Nung ethnic minority people. It is a unique event in need of conservation. The ritual is also among measures to protect forest and the environment at large.
The ritual, together with effective management from the community, encourage local people to protect the forest and natural landscapes.
Vietnam is becoming an important link in the Asian supply chain, a new destination for businesses that need to diversify their supply chains, according to international media. Japan's Nikkei Asia reported that Vietnam is attracting the world's major chip manufacturers. In addition to Apple, Samsung, and Panasonic, which are expanding their scales, companies seen as spies from the U.S. has recently said it will support engineer training and establish a chip design center in Vietnam. It's worth noting that Vietnam is increasingly attracting many high-tech manufacturing corporations, Nikkei said. According to Retail News, a page providing the latest retail news throughout the Asian retail market on a daily basis, Boeing wants to develop its supply chain in Vietnam by making more domestic businesses its suppliers. The Vietnam briefing page had an article why Vietnam becomes a promising choice for American business in Asia, which cited Vietnam's skilled and low-cost workforce, stable infrastructure, safe environment, and free trade agreements. Vietnam has welcomed more than 1.44 million international arrivals in the first 8 months of 2022, a 13.7-fold rise from a year earlier, thanks to the reopening to foreign tourists and the resumption of international air routes, data showed.
Of the international arrivals, some 88% came to Vietnam by air, up 18.5 times, while some 12% by road. Asian visitors made up the majority, with nearly 997,000 arrivals, accounting for nearly 70% of the total. Notably, the number of visitors from the Republic of Korea saw 17.6-fold year-on-year to make this Northeast Asian country the biggest source of international arrivals of Vietnam. The General Statistics Office noted in August alone, international arrivals reached 486,400, increasing 38% from July and 52-fold year-on-year. The 8-month tourism revenue is estimated at more than $657 million as a result of strong tourism recovery, especially domestic tourism. But the taking are equivalent to just 47% of the figure in the same period of 2019. Vietnam targets welcoming 5 million international arrivals in 2022.
A French singer-songwriter has expressed his love of Vietnam through song so as to encourage similar sentiments among international friends.
Vietnamese French composer and singer Gerard Adab has composed many songs and embraced Vietnamese features and promotes the country's destinations. This is one song from his album about Vietnam, which was released in March. Gerard was born and raised in Ho Chi Minh City, then went to France at the age of 13. Sweet and peaceful childhood memories have been a source of inspiration, and he has visited Vietnam many times over recent years.
My love for Vietnam is natural, as the country is a part of my personal history. Everything about Vietnam is lovely, and my feelings are expressed through the songs I write. Even for those who don't speak French, the music will lead them to Vietnam. I'm happy when people hear my songs and recognize the name of Vietnamese places.
His songs about Vietnam reflect his memories of places he has visited, like his birthplace, Ho Chi Minh City, or Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, Thừa Thiên Huế, and Hanoi. They also express his sentiments when visiting his childhood school or joining the breeze in the Red River Delta. Gerard frequently performs at events promoting Vietnamese culture in France.
Gerard harbors a strong love for Vietnam, which is expressed through his heartfelt melodies and lyrics. I will continue to write new songs as Vietnam has become more dynamic. I'm happy that the country is held in such high regard by many.